So the only two things you can do that will physically make you more money, as in literally put more money in your pocket, is either get more customers or make your current customers worth more money. Now, lucky me, right? When I was first starting out, I didn't have customers to make them worth more. So my only option was to figure out how to actually get clients. Now, in the beginning stages of starting my social media marketing agency, I sent over 5,000 cold emails and didn't get a single client. And what's actually pretty funny about these 5,000 cold emails is I sent all of them when I was still in high school. And I used to skip lunch. I would go to this little room upstairs in our school that was kind of like a private area. I'd sit on the couch, grab my computer, and just manually send cold emails because I didn't know how to use the software to automate it. Okay. I also did hundreds of cold calls, still didn't get a single client, and I spent thousands on paid ads before figuring out how to actually acquire clients profitably. Now, although I eventually figured out how to make cold email work, I launched my organic acquisition strategies. Paid ads is initially what I use to start making profitable money with my online business, with my Smma. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I did that made my paid ads work, the full blueprint, every step-by-step detail to make it work, that allowed me to actually acquire my first 3 profitable clients in just 2 weeks after launching this strategy. Okay. So I launched this in the mid half of November. Okay. And just 2 weeks later, right before the end of November, right before we hopped into December, I was able to close 2 clients in the same day. And I collected $4,000 in a single day. Now, if you've never watched me before, you've never been on my channel, the 17 months up until this point was me absolutely struggling. I didn't sign, a single profitable client. I was in the red many months before this. And overall, I was just sold the dream. I bought into this SMA dream, and I was never able to make it work for 17 entire months. So I do want you to imagine that 17 months of this, you know, absolute BS. Okay. That's just what I'll say. And then all of a sudden, in one day, you sign 2 clients and collect $4,000. This was the most amount of money I've ever made. Honestly, I've never seen that much money in a single day before, $4,000, right? And then I ended up closing another client, ended the month at 6,500. 1 month later, after continuous use of this strategy, I was able to cash collect my first ever $20,000 month. And 4 months after that, I hit my first ever 6 figures in cash collected in 1 month. All right. Now, the 3 components that drive a business, most people are familiar with this, is going to be appointments. This gets you more traffic that you can potentially convert. Sales, this is converting that traffic into actual cash, dollar signs, and value, providing a great service that you basically fulfilling on the promises you made on your front end marketing, right? So providing a great service that gets you more traffic in the form of word of mouth and referrals, which are much easier to convert. Now, these components all have hundreds of systems beneath them to make them work and make them function. However, you can think of each of these components as their own vehicle. And if we know how vehicles work, if we know how cars work, in order for it to work, it requires inputs, which leads to systems, which then leads to outputs, right? For example, the input in a vehicle is gasoline. The vehicle then has systems that convert that gas into usable energy, and the output is a functioning vehicle. So what inputs are we even tracking in business? Well, it's all going to start with acquisition and how much attention will get us X amount of leads. Okay. Once we understand we're getting X amount of leads, okay, how many leads does it take us to get X amount of appointments, right? From there, we're getting appointments. How many appointments does it take us to actually close a deal and get X amount of closed deals, X amount of sales, right? After that, value delivery, we're servicing the client. What X things needs to happen in order to get X desired result for our client, right? If you know the exact numbers you need to hit and you build the mechanisms to hit those numbers, your success becomes inevitable. Okay. Let's say we charge $3,000 as our service fee and our goal is to make $50,000 per month. Well, the first question we'll ask ourselves is how many clients do I need to hit $50,000 per month? 17. Okay, great. Now, how many sales do I need to close that amount of clients, right? I need 17 closed deals. And how many appointments do I need to get 17 closed deals? What's my closing rate? If my closing rate is 17%, I need 100 appointments to close 17 deals, okay? After that, I understand I need 17 closed deals. I need 100 appointments. How many leads will get me 100 appointments, okay? So if we have a 50% appointment booking rate, we need 200 leads to get 100 appointments, which will get us 17 closed deals, which will get us $50,000 per month, okay? From there, all we do is dial in the inputs. Now, when it does come to paid ads, you want to make sure you have everything set up correctly at the foundational level. If everything is set up at the base and you can consistently get leads and consistently get appointments at a small level, a small budget, $50 per day, then once you scale it, it will be very easy for you to predictably print money. Now, in order for us to set things up correctly at the foundational level, at the base, as I just called it, well, we need to understand the concept of paid acquisition. With paid traffic, all we're doing, we can view it simply as there's a bridge, right? We have a dollar at the beginning of the bridge, and we're trying to walk this dollar across the bridge safely using the mechanism of paid ads and turn this dollar into a client, right? That's in the simplest form, that's all we're trying to do. Now, in order to accomplish this, we need to combine a human, which is the person who is viewing our ads, with the correct stimulus or stimuli in order to produce a desired action. Now, what is the stimuli that I'm talking about that is needed to make paid ads work? Well, it all starts with the hook and headline. So we need the correct stimuli on our hook headline on our ad creative to make someone even want to click, right? From there, once they've clicked, they're on our landing page. We need the correct stimuli on our actual landing page to continuously make the prospect, the lead, intrigued enough. We need a VSL, we need a sub headline, and we need the correct process and philosophy inside of our VSL to actually make them want to opt in, right? So it all really, everything right here boils down to understanding what our market wants and exactly how they want to hear it, right? We do kind of need to understand and know our market, who we're talking to, their pain points, their desires, right? At a base level in order to correctly do this the right way. We also need case studies in our landing page. We need the stimuli that's going to make them want to opt in, some sort of stimuli that qualifies the lead. And this is going to be any questions you have on your opt-in form, any questions you have on your Calendly when they're actually booking a call, right? And then we need the stimuli to make them even want to book a call in the first place and the stimuli to make them show up. All right. So once we have all this, then we need the actual strategy for direct response marketing to get these leads and these results. Okay. So do note that your ROAS, return on ad spend, will also depend on your sales skills, copywriting skills, design skills, making good ad creatives. So do keep this in mind. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is test 4 variations of messaging angles on your ad creative. For example, you're going to want to test your offer, the amount of appointments you can get somebody, the amount of sales you can get somebody, and especially if you have a unique mechanism, a unique sales proposition, you're going to want to throw your fulfillment process on there, right? Number 2, put qualifying questions on the instant form. So you're going to want to qualify this lead somewhat, a little bit at least, right? Ask them, do you own a niche type business? Are you above 10K per month? Yes or no? How long have you been in business and where are you located? From there, they will opt in. You'll send them an auto response message. You'll give them the option to directly book on your calendar if they want to immediately. That's for the people that are immediately looking to book right now. From there, you'll send them an email and SMS resources for free, just giving more value, more education. However, your appointment setter will come in and nurture and educate these leads with content assets. And what this is going to do, it's going to allow you to book a warm appointment. The prospect will then enter your pre-call flow. They now know you, like you, and trust you. And this is going to allow you to close 30 to 40% of these calls. And now once you have this all set up at the very foundational level, all you do is understand your numbers and scale, okay? So scaling paid ads and the law of diminishing returns. I kind of did say that, like, all you do is know your numbers and scale. Simply put, scale is not some complex term, right? In its simplest form, scale is just an increase in volume. So if you do want to scale your ads, then you just increase the volume of your inputs, which means you spend more money, right? Because the input to paid ads is our dollars. However, where the complexity comes and where this kind of gets tricky is you will eventually run into the law of diminishing returns. Now, What is that, right? Well, the law of diminishing returns is basically if you keep increasing one factor of your production of your inputs while keeping all other factors the same, you will eventually reach a point where additional ad spend actually results in a decline of the output you're getting. It can be displayed perfectly by this visual graph right here, right? As we can see, the inputs as the inputs increase our ad spend, look, we're going up, up, up. Let's say we get to 100, $150 per day, $200 per day, we reach a cap, okay? $200 per day, we're getting $10 to $15 cost per lead, X amount of booked appointments. It reaches its peak right here, okay? But as we notice we're trying to spend $210, $225, $250, it just keeps declining. The cost per lead goes up, which means we get less appointments, which means we get less sales, right? Now, why does this happen and how can we defeat it? Well, when you spend more money, you begin to reach new audiences. And now, in any target market, any niche at all in the world, there are multiple segments of people that signal the part of the buying process they're in, right? 3% are always going to be ready to buy now, actively looking for a solution, right? But when you spend more money, you begin to reach the rest of this 97%, and your old ads become less and less effective in the new audiences you're reaching, right? So, how do we solve this? Well, the way I went about solving this was through the leveraged consultant funnel. And now the reason the leveraged consultant funnel works so well is you can see it has many things: unique offer creation, achieving infinite inputs, lead generation systems, nurturing systems, appointment systems, conversion mechanisms, pre-call and sales systems, how to build the infrastructure to scale, right? A lot of things. These are the exact same systems I implement with my clients on a one-on-one basis, along with a 120-day roadmap, so that they never feel lost, confused, or not know exactly where they're heading, what direction their business is heading, right? And it's how we're getting results like this, where Rosu is closing 2 deals and getting $8,000 cash collected in a single day, 16K in contract value. Austin only launched ads after 1 week and he's booking 5 calls. Launched ads, he's got his first client already. Yasmin, who just secured a $10,000 deal. Milosh, his calendar packed before breakfast. Mark closing 2 deals, made 4K in a single day. Kendall, 104 appointments, adding an additional $11,000 in MRR. You get the point, right? But back to the leverage consultant funnel, if we do look very closely, right, we can see many, many things. But upon closer inspection, we can see it has 8 total lead magnets. Now, you may be wondering, why are there so many lead magnets? But for each lead magnet, it solves a different problem for our target market, right? Some prospect, a lead, may come to us and they're saying they have the problems. I can't get leads. I can't make content. I can't create an offer. I can't make a landing page. And how do I use Facebook ads, right? Now, although there may be 5 to 10 more problems that our service solves besides these, not every person will struggle with all of these. We may have a person that only can't get leads and only can't create offers. So we need to promote multiple solutions to different problems so we reach the widest audiences possible, the widest total addressable market, TAM, right? So this is also called horizontal scaling. Instead of scaling up with one ad, right? One ad to $1,000, we create multiple and scale with many, right? This allows us to spend larger sums of money on acquisition and still consistently get that 7x, 10x return on ad spend that we're used to getting with our singular ad at whatever base level it was before, $100 per day, right? Before I started noticing diminishing returns. Okay. Now, how do we actually accomplish this? The value funnel. So we utilize a case study or valuable training. This allows us to determine the lead magnet where we're dangling something for free in front of an audience for them to enter our ecosystem and give them the opportunity to become future customers. Okay. So we're turning cold audiences into warm, hot leads by providing customer solutions and introducing them to our service through the form of a lead magnet, right? This then adds an audience member. They will get nurtured over time, and this produces a future customer. Now, the lead magnet should ideally solve one of your content pillars. You want it to solve one singular problem at a time and solve it entirely. So this lead magnet should be really, really in depth. From there, determine how you deliver it to people. Is it going to be a checklist, an ebook, a Notion template, a Google Doc, video form, right? Then stuff it and pack it with extensive value. Give away all your secrets and make it so good that it cannot fail. You may be a little bit scared and wondering, if I'm going to give away all my secrets, why would they even want to book a call and work with me in the first place, right? Well, the truth is that less than 1% of people who view your lead magnet will actually steal it and implement everything step by step. People actually just want proof that you know how to do something, and then they will likely just buy from you, right? You just need to prove your competence, prove that you can do something, prove that you possibly have done it for other people as well if you have case studies, right? And they will likely buy from you. Bonus tips, you have to ensure it has a step-by-step action plan that people can actually follow. Another bonus if you use Gamma instead of Google Docs to make sure it is 100% readable. And another bonus if you stick to one idea and one image per slide, right? After that, create a landing page for the lead magnet, create a VSL, create an email sequence that gives people the option to book a call with you at the end of that sequence. Once this is all done, you then put the landing page link first in the descriptions of all of your long form content and run some paid ads to this landing page, to this lead magnet. All right. Now, if you want a 152 page doc breaking down other acquisition strategies me and my clients are currently using, sales processes and backend systems and operations, first link in the description. Bye.